Welcome to 2024, to ABBA's big year. 50 years ago, ABBA won Eurovision with Waterloo, half a century ago. So in this big anniversary year, what can we expect to happen, and what do we know so far that will happen? Let's explore. Hey, so more than 5,000 people tuned in for my latest video, a 2-hour special with ABBA and company for New Year's Eve. I'm not saying everyone watched the whole thing, but if you did, that makes me really happy, because it was a lot of fun to put this together for you. Thank you and welcome to all new subscribers. One of the first things I saw for the new year this morning was a brand new post from ABBA's social networks, teasing the big anniversary of Waterloo this year. The video reveals the logo for the 50th anniversary of Waterloo. Hashtag ABBA, hashtag Waterloo 50th. So what does ABBA have in store for us? First of all, I want you to know that this video is not me craving for more and more from ABBA. With everything they have done with Voyage, ABBA gave us so much and even so much more than all of us could ever hope for. For me personally, ABBA's Voyage album, historically and artistically, feels like closure, like full circle. And that's what it was intended for. ABBA have a happy end. But of course, if ABBA would create more and want to give more, of course it gets me excited. It gets me thrilled more than anything else. And that's what we're here for. ABBA in 2024. After all, it is 50 years of Waterloo, so something is bound to happen. And right now, a number of possibilities are out there of things to happen this year. So I want to explore this in two sections. Things that will most certainly be happening and things that are possible to happen based on the evidence that we have. The one thing that I would guess is happening for sure is Universal's reissue of Waterloo as half-speed master on vinyl with an accompanying singles box set. If we got any ABBA releases in the last few years, this is what we've been getting. Re-releases of ABBA's classic albums on vinyl. Last year, Universal released ABBA's first album Ring Ring on half-speed vinyl for the 50th anniversary and The Visitors towards the end of the year. We do have indications for more releases from ABBA this year. That will come in the category of possibilities. The second and already last thing that is certainly happening this year is the release of new music from Benny. Last year he wrote and recorded new songs with Benny Andersson's orchestra, and right now this music is due to be released in spring this year. What about more releases from ABBA and maybe even actual new music from ABBA? That brings us to the second part, things that are possible to happen based on the evidence that we have. First of all, ABBA's Voyage show. An extension, a replica of the ABBA arena on another location on Earth, apart from London, is bound to happen at some point. Countries that have been revealed so far as possible next locations mentioned by Ludwig and Björn are North America and Asia. Another possibility seems to be Australia. Just recently, a trustworthy newspaper in Australia reported that executives from ABBA Voyage recently scouted locations in Melbourne and had meetings with companies. Everyone involved declined to give further comments. We know that last summer, Björn and Benny agreed with the interviewer that if London is ABBA's second home, Australia would be ABBA's third home. And Benny actively spoke out for Australia. He said that it would feel good to come back there and say thank you Australia for supporting us from day one. We might be close for a revelation of where ABBA Voyage will come next. Last year Björn mentioned that a new destination was supposed to be revealed at the end of 2022. That didn't happen, but I don't think we are too far away from the revelation. If a new ABBA arena will be built somewhere, it will very likely not be ready to open this year. What is more likely to happen this year is a change of the concert set list with additional songs from ABBA's catalogue. It was confirmed that ABBA performed 5 or 6 more songs when they recorded the Voyage concert for motion capture. Benny and Ludwig confirmed 3 songs, Money Money Money, Take a Chance on Me and Super Trooper. But will they use ABBA's 50th anniversary for a setlist change, or will this happen with a new destination of the arena in the future? Before we talk about new music from ABBA, Let's look at 2 dates that will be important this year. On the 6th of April, obviously, ABBA's victory at the Eurovision Song Contest will be 50 years old. On that very same day this year, you cannot book any tickets for the ABBA Voyage concert in London. Fans expect that a special event is going to happen at the arena, but we don't have any other clue so far what could happen. As if it couldn't be any more perfect, the Eurovision Song Contest this year is actually going to happen in Sweden. For ABBA's 30th anniversary in 2004, they created something special for one of the Eurovision semi-finals, a music video with puppets called Our Last Video Ever. Last year, Björn was open to do something for ABBA's big anniversary this year and the fate that Eurovision will be happening in Sweden. However, Benny said that he doesn't want to do it, and ABBA denied that they will appear at the Eurovision Song Contest. Agneta said that she doesn't dare to say anything because she doesn't know what they are planning, but she also said you never know anything about ABBA. For the final part of this video, let's take a look at more possibilities of actual releases from ABBA, releases of their audio-visual legacy, and maybe even new music. We know for a fact that ABBA recorded 2 more songs as part of the Voyage recording sessions. In November 2021, Benny said that they never really finished these 2 songs and that it would take more work in the studio, at least for him. He described the songs as sort of good stuff, which I think is a very positive statement when it comes to Benny's judgment. When ABBA author Carl Magnus Palm approached ABBA for researches about the Voyage recording sessions, ABBA said that they want to keep any insights to those 2 outtakes secret. When it comes to ABBA's classic catalogue, I would expect that their 8 original studio albums could be released in the Dolby Atmos format. Voyage engineer Bernard Löhr mixed the Voyage album in Dolby Atmos, which was the first time that ABBA's studio recordings were mixed in a format other than stereo, and this mix revealed some glorious hidden vocals and instruments. We also know that ABBA released their music videos in new 4K high-definition versions on YouTube, but not all of them. So far, 13 videos have been released in high definition. Will the rest follow this year? And will we even, please, receive them on physical format on a new, beautiful Blu-ray release of ABBA's music videos? The same goes for ABBA's concert films. ABBA the Movie and ABBA in Concert have been remastered in 4K and high definition. Last year, the performances from ABBA in Concert were released individually on ABBA's YouTube channel, but again, will we finally receive a physical release of the whole program in high definition? This year is the most natural timing for all of that to happen. So this was my personal overview of what might be happening this year with ABBA based on everything we know. Waterloo reissues, Benny's new music, possibilities with the Voyage outtakes and the Voyage show, as well as Eurovision in Sweden, and re-releases of ABBA's back catalogue in new formats, Dolby Atmos for the music and high definition for the videos. These are expectations but also speculations only, so we will see what will happen. And of course, there are more things we continue to wish for and dream about. A live album from 1977, a new concert film from 1977 or 1979, or the ultimate ABBA anthology and documentary film or even series. Judging from what happened in the last decades for ABBA's big Waterloo anniversaries, we may be in for a surprise or 2 that we wouldn't even expect. One thing is for sure, ABBA in 2024 will be exciting, another year full of ABBA. 2 things are already around the corner. On Easterside, we can look out for a fascinating exclusive new interview with Bernard Löhr, Benny's colleague and engineer of ABBA's Voyage album. And this Saturday, Swedish TV will broadcast a new documentary about ABBA's manager Stig Andersson, commemorating ABBA's 50th anniversary. As I said, I am super content with everything that we got from ABBA. We can celebrate them this year and always for all of their achievements and gift in music. I can't wait to celebrate it all with you on this channel. Let me know your feelings in the comments below. Alright, until then, hey do!